last night seemed a little bit easier to get through because I bought a couple of these Simply Orange and Simply Apple, I believe. Yeah, Simply Apple drinks. And I finished the orange, and I'm almost finished with the apple. And yeah, the cold seemed to be easier to deal with that. It probably get me a little bit fatter. It definitely hits my wallet a little harder. I can't do that all the time, and not just I can't just consume that every night and expect to be financially solvent. Um, I I also put myself at risk for the yeast problems that I've had in the past, just consuming so much sugar. I got to be aware of that. So um, it was nice last night, but I can't rely on those drinks to keep me warm every night. Um, just have to keep it safe. I didn't have to cover my head. As much as it's frosted in here, it's just like the previous night. The previous night I was pretty cold and I had to cover my head, but last night this is easy to deal with the right nutrition. So there's that. I tried to find this food bank. Now it's marked on the internet as being in one spot, but then you go there and you see signs on the door that say it's somewhere else. And so I looked on Google Maps for this place. The street isn't recognized, and neither is this Nancy's restaurant or whatever. So I asked the librarian, and she's like, "Oh yeah, it's over here." So I had her point. I started out with trying to draw a map on a piece of paper, trying to follow her directions, and that didn't work. I just got confused, so I eventually realized, hey, why don't I just show her my iPad and the map, and I was like, okay, point, and I told her, point to where this is on the map, and then I understood. I walked out there last night. It looks like it was some kind of warehouse area. That was at night and in the dark. I want to go there during the daylight today, check out this place. It's strange how long the hours are for this food bank. 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. It's really long hours. I don't think they'll have much of anything, but I have to check it out just out of curiosity and in a need to offset the cost for my food. I'm eating more and I'm making less, so it's not a good combination. Um, I'm I'm a little surprised about the backlash that I got from this cop video. Um, all of my previous cop videos where cops harassed me, people have said, don't say anything, and you're giving them too much. Why don't you just, with all the answers that you gave, why don't you give them a urine test too? So this time I didn't answer the cop. I didn't answer hardly any of the cops' questions. I just turned his questions around on him, and I didn't answer any questions. He didn't know much about what I was doing. I was willing to give my name, um, but no, I got a backlash from that, and I'm not too keen. I'm not too keen on trying to satisfy public opinion on that. Maybe I could. I was thinking maybe I could warn the cop next time, like a cop next time. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used. Can and will be held against you. Just warn them ahead of time, and then go on with being, you know, uh, like asking his own questions at him. Because I mean, those silly questions aren't necessary. I mean, he should realize at least after maybe 2 or 3 that I'm just gonna be like that. I'm just gonna answer. I'm just gonna ask his own questions. But this cop, he didn't know he had to ask like, what 8, 10 questions, and I just return them with my his own questions. at some point he's got to realize that I'm just going to stick with my responses in the way they are.